In today's video, we're going to make some Christmas cards. Hi, I'm Stacy. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy and are inspired to create. Alright, we're going to jump right in. I've got this cute stamp set from the Rabbit Hole Designs. I got this stamp set from Tina Crafty Bean. Hi Tina, if you're watching. I know. I keep saying that. Most of my crafty stash has come from Tina Crafty Bean that I've purchased over the years. I've bought a lot from her over the years. Probably 50%, 60, maybe 70 or 80%. Like a good portion of my craft space or my crafting supplies are from Tina. These are the first time I'm using this stamp set. So what you saw is I put them in my Misty. And I had used my finger just to get rid of the residue from the manufacturing process. That is Nina Solar Classic Crest. Did I say that right? Probably not. 80-pound cardstock. Any Copic friendly ink. That's Memento Tuxedo Black ink that I stamped with. Any friendly Copic paper and ink you can use. Because, yes, we're coloring with Copics today. I know. That's what I typically do on my channel. I do have a few other card ideas in mind with a pile of stuff on my desk. Hopefully I can pick just one. But I am missing making cards because I've been making other types of projects. This did come with a die set too, and we'll cut them out with the dies later. So I am making this for Saturday Morning Makes, which is an open collaboration hosted by Jill Norwood, who is back. We're all so happy to see her back and active on YouTube. We all missed you, Jill, if you're watching. Just make sure it's open to anybody, whether you make cards, you paint, you bake, you sew, crochet, knit, clay, whatever your hobby is, whatever form of art you make. You just use the hashtag satmornmakes and you post it wherever you share. You can use that hashtag to search too. I'll leave all the information below along with Jill's channel. And let's get back to this coloring. Now that we went over all the particulars, I'm just coloring my images up. I'm starting from the darkest to the lightest. I use the same colors for the skin for the girl as well as the boy, except I brought in one darker E marker on the girl and left it off when I colored the boy. And then as far as the clothing and stuff, very similar. I like to make my cards matchy-matchy or conducive and keep the color choices down to 3 or 4, not counting neutrals, because I think it just makes a card that reads and flows better. And so I'm just going to color it up. And hair, I tried to just flick from the darkest to the lightest, and then I went back from the mid-tone to the darkest just to add some of those hair strands back in. But you could color these however you want. 1 color, 2 colors, super detailed, not. They're so cute. And the images are kind of small except for their faces, so you really could get away with just 1 color, and they would look fabulous. So if you have the stamp set and you haven't used it yet, use it. This was so cute. I couldn't help but smile. When my husband got home and I showed him the cards I made, he said, "Oh, how cute." And he's a guy. He's a dude. And he smiled because he thought the images were super cute. Could be that his wife made something too. But I'm going to color the shirt red. I'll come back in and color the hat red on the boy. And then I'll go on over to the girl and I'll color her up, I believe, with some reds too. And greens for her scarf because I wanted to bring the green in. And I had picked out some pattern paper prior to coloring these images up, and that's helped me choose my colors. So I tried to keep the reds similar to the pattern paper as well as the greens. So I believe the green I bring in is not super like bright Kelly green. It's more of a desaturated green. I think it was like G00 and G02. I believe I only used 2 colors on her scarf because it's so small. It really didn't need extra shading, but usually I'm extra, and I didn't do that this time. But I did use 3 for the shirt and the hat. And then we'll color up the bags too. And I picked the colors also from the pattern paper to kind of do the bags and the boxes. but I think I do the boxes first. Are you guys already started on your Christmas cards? I don't know. The weather's starting to get cold. It's all overcast right now. It's supposed to rain in my area, and it did sprinkle the other day. I'm enjoying the colder weather. And so I'm filling the Christmas cards. Plus, I made a snowman pumpkin out of the foam pumpkins, and I pulled out some of the stuff I got from Michael's in their grab boxes last year. Was it this year? It was the Christmas stuff from this year, but like the beginning of the year, you know? And I was like, oh, and I was hoping for paper crafting stuff, which there wasn't any. But let me tell you, it was kind of fun to go through those boxes now that we're getting back close to Christmas to decorate with. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, I could use this, or ooh, I could use that. And I did use some on that foam pumpkin snowman, which I have another one in the works too, because my daughter wants one. Big surprise. And I'm happy to make her one. But I told her, I'm charging $59.99 for them, but for you, I'll charge you $59. And she comes back with, Mom, I got a bag of pork rinds and a disgusting, she says, disgusting Diet Dr. Pepper. That's all I got. And I said, okay, kiddo, for you, I'll take the bag of pork rinds and the delicious Diet Dr. Pepper. Because she loves Dr. Pepper, but she had to buy Diet one day because they were out, and I drink Diet Dr. Pepper. And she was like, it's so gross, so she ended up bringing it over. I was like, I'll drink it. Anyway, enough, I guess, chit-chat about myself. I just haven't been on here forever, guys. My last video was not a tutorial. I was just showing the end product, the products I used, and the end product. It wasn't a card. I'm telling you, when I'm filming and editing the foam pumpkin projects, I don't know what to leave in there, because it's like, do I leave the process of painting the entire pumpkin? Or do people want to see that? Because I know that I enjoy watching the full process sometimes. Typically, I want it sped up, especially if I'm spending 30 minutes of my time watching a video or longer. But it's like, okay, do people want to watch me paint a pumpkin? Maybe, maybe not. So you guys let me know, because I've got some more 3D projects like the sunflower one I'm working on still. I got distracted with the pumpkin, and I crocheted a bunch of granny squares to make a cardigan. And I need to follow a pattern, because I was like, oh, I could piece them together. Well, I've never made a cardigan before. Never made a wearable. So that isn't working. So I'm trying to turn it into a bag right now, a purse, like a crossbody purse, because I want to make a small one. I'll share that on my channel, but not the process, because it's pretty much done when I'm finished making it. If you guys enjoy seeing that kind of stuff, let me know. I know a lot of you that watch my channel are paper crafters, and we've all gotten to know each other through paper crafting. And I know some of you really enjoy seeing my other types of projects, and I love sharing them. I just don't know how to edit them like I do a card. And it's probably just because I haven't done it much, right? And I'm not sure what to leave in and what not, like I said. So, hey, if you got any tips or you got any suggestions, leave them. Even with the card videos, if you have any suggestions. I'm trying to get on here and post content for you, and it's been kind of sparse lately. And maybe with the weather changing and things hopefully slowing down a bit, I'll be able to get to that or get my crafty mojo going. Been some changes in my family that have kept me away too, which nothing bad. Just some different things going on that take my time. So I don't always have time to craft, or when I do, I don't necessarily feel like crafting. So I'm trying. I may put some other types of card projects up that aren't extensive coloring, even though that's what I enjoy, just so I can get crafting and creating, because sometimes it's hard to do if you just don't have that mojo. And I know we all go through seasons of that, and I'm kind of experiencing that now. That's why I've been branching out doing the 3D crafting, because for me, and I know for a lot of you, that creating is a form of therapy. It makes me feel good. Probably gets those feel-good endorphins going and hormones. So, yeah. I just need to create something, even if it's not what I typically make. I've even got some of the card kits from the Joann's last year from their Christmas card kits, which I thought about doing and maybe making them just how they say to make them, and then maybe kind of changing it up or adding to them. And I might do that. If you're interested in that, let me know. I colored the tree up, and I tried to keep it to these paler greens like the paper when I bring it in. I'm sure you saw it in the pictures in the beginning. And I'm going to keep this drying, like I'm going to put red shirts on them and black pants, real simple, same colors for the hair and the skin. On the other one, you did see that I think it showed it already, the colors kept bleeding together on those presents. And here you can see I have a piece of like printer paper underneath it. I think what was going on is because it's been a while since I've colored or made a card, that I was just taking my time coloring and it was oversaturating the paper and it bled. So I noticed putting the piece of paper under there helped. So depending on how you color, how juicy your markers are, and I think part of it was those markers are very juicy. They're greens and reds that I don't always use. And that played a role in it too. Yeah, see here, the presents, they bled together, but don't worry, I tried fixing them. I'm going to come back in and fix them a little bit more, and then I'm going to do something to disguise that bleed. The colors bleeding together. So I used the dies, cut them out on my die cutting machine. I'm taking my white gel pen, and I'm just going around where it bled and touching up those areas so that it has that white border. Which in the end, it doesn't matter because I do come back in and I try to use my Copics that matched my background and to match the background paper on those edges so it blended in. But do you see I took the white gel pen? That's how I'm polka dots and stripes. It helped hide the how the colors bled together. And there's that stamp set again. I used an MFT, what is it, Itty Bitty Sayings or something like that, Itty Bitty Basics. And I just used the Happy from the Happy Anniversary. The Hero Arts, I'm trying to look as I'm seeing them on screen. Those are holiday words. I don't know what these are called. There's some arch dies with stitching that I got from Amazon. I think I bring in Lawn Fawn stitched rectangles. And I think I'm going to show you, these embossing folders are 3D. They're smaller. They're from Stampin' Up. They're called Wintry 3D embossing. And I used the pine one and then the snowflake on the other one. And that paper pad from Hobby Lobby, which I got this year, Miss Merry Christmas, some vellum. I use some gold glitter cardstock, which I believe I bring in, from Hobby Lobby. That's where I got that. These little gold bubble embellishments, Hobby Lobby. I always buy them when they're 40% off. As you know, the paper crafting section, usually every other week, goes on sale. Glossy accents in that bottle that I used to put on the glasses and the star, but I put Spectrum Noir clear glitter pen down on the star before I put the glossy accents. And the reason I don't have the footage of me doing these things is because my phone died, the battery died, and I didn't know it. So I'm sorry. Those are Lawn Fawn snowflake dies that I used. And then I heat embossed the word happy on black cardstock, cut it down to a small strip so they had like a landing to land on. Do you see how the white border is not there anymore? It's because I used Copics to try to match the background. And I layered up the holidays on vellum and then put the happy on the strip there for happy holidays. And the one was snowflakes was embossed with a snowflake embossing folder, and that one there is embossed with the like pine tree branches on just some craft cardstock from Michaels. Thanks for spending some time with me, you guys. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!